Hello, and welcome to the Hello You Show, where we talk about big dreams and taking real action. Through transformative stories, a bit of neuroscience, and real conversations, this show is here to help you explore creating your next level life with authenticity and passion. I'm Jessica Rice, a design techie and former engineering leader turned vision evolution coach on a mission to help other women rise up and lead a life of purpose. So get cozy and say hello again to the real you. Welcome back to the Hello You Show. My name is Jessica Rice, and I am your host for today's show. And we have an amazing and very special guest joining us today, Katya Mitrieva, who is the founder of the Intuitive Life Coaching Academy of the Third Eye, or ILCATE, and an ICF certified professional certified coach. With 13 years of full-time coaching experience and over 1,000 clients under her belt, she is not just an accomplished coach, but a true beacon of hope and guidance. Her clientele spans from entrepreneurs and CEOs to doctors, real estate brokers, and even winery owners. Katya is passionate about working with individuals whose motivation transcends financial gain, those driven by a deeper why, a passion for making lives better. ILCATE emphasizes shifting from the mindset of coaching being more service providers to being holistic and authentic entrepreneurs. Katya's life and work reflect a journey of turning challenges into opportunities, intuition into action, and dreams into reality. Katya, we're so pleased to have you here with us. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, of course, my pleasure. So where are you joining us from this morning?
California, Northern California, Bay Area, sunny California.
I'm there with you. It's been really warm this last week. It's a little bit warmer than even usual for us, I think.
Very warm, very warm. Yeah, heat wave is still here, but the good thing about California, it doesn't stay very hot all the time for a long time, so it comes and goes.
That's true. I'm very thankful for that.
Yes.
So I know you mentioned when we were talking last time, you have a background in corporate, and I was curious to know even how is your transition into coaching for you?
I'm thinking right now, should I tell you the honest story or come up with some interesting? Okay, so I mm, I worked in corporate, started working in corporate in Russia many years ago. I worked in the bank as a public relation practitioner, public relations and marketing. And after I moved to United States, it was really hard to find a job, to find myself. So I tried different things, and I worked in telecommunications. I worked in Berkeley lab in Berkeley, and in human resources. I got my education in human resources, thinking that I really love to help people. So what is that profession that can help me to help people? And I thought that it would be human resources. So I got my education in human resources and started working in human resources in different companies. What I enjoyed about those companies that, like I worked for United Way of the Bay Area, that they were really making a difference for our society, for our community. And then I worked in Berkeley Lab, and it was good because I was very grateful that I was able to get a job in United States in a different country. I was grateful for that, but I still felt that something was missing in my life, some kind of deeper meaning. Even though I thought that human resources was to help people, but mainly it was a lot about helping the employer, and I really wanted to make a difference in people's lives. And this meaning was missing, and parallel to working in the corporate, I started self-search. I started to look for meaning. I started to learn different spiritual practices, to meditate, um, to do mindfulness. And in that process, I was able to connect deeply with my intuition, with my purpose. And that was the transition when I saw in my spiritual practice something more than just a way for me to uh, to get healthy, to feel good about myself. So I wanted to bring it to other people. So it was not a very difficult decision for me to leave corporate and to go into life coaching. It was a very clear and easy decision because I felt that I could not stay there any longer, that I was just wasting my time and not doing what I was supposed to do to heal the healers, to help people in the most profound, deep way. So that was my transition. It was 13 years ago, and I'm so happy I did that.
Mhm. Well, that's an incredible story to go on such a journey for yourself and then find coaching in that way. And I think a lot of coaches, we start expanding in different avenues, and that's what leads us into this passion. And I know you consider yourself an intuitive coach. Can you explain for us a little bit more about what that means for you?
For sure, with pleasure. So I started calling myself intuitive life coach many years ago when I actually started working with my clients and helping them to connect with their intuition uh, uh, to for profound change, for profound transformation. And I called myself a life coach for some time when one of my clients said, "Katya, why are you just calling yourself a life coach when you teach us to connect with our higher uh, selves and use our intuition as one of the tools?" And I'm like, yeah, like I need to walk the talk, right? If I'm helping people to connect with their authenticity and to connect with their true selves, with their gifts and talents, I have to do the same for myself. So I shift from calling myself just a life coach to becoming an intuitive life coach, because intuition is one of the modalities, one of the tools that I use for better results, for deeper results for my clients. Intuition allows you to go into the core, into the essence, into the why people are doing what they are doing, what they really want. I call it investigative work. It's much deeper than a conventional surface coaching that focuses on goals and objectives and solutions. Intuitive life coaching is not solution oriented, it's a person oriented. We're focusing on the person and not the details of the story to be able to really provide transformational results. So we're using the integrated intuitive life coaching method in the academy that teaches our coaches to connect with the intuition and to use it in their coaching practices with clients.
Mhm. Well, thank you so much for explaining because I think sometimes you're right. And there's so many different types of coaches out there and coaching modalities. And so I think it's helpful to understand too what you mean by intuitive because we all have intuition. I think that sometimes we just don't know fully what that means for us or how to tap into it.
And to add to what you just said, that in the academy, in our program, we explain intuition and we make it practical and tangible, because overall intuition is something like, oh, intuition is something, right, that we can't really touch and understand, but in our program, we teach intuition as a great tool that you can learn to apply in your coaching practice.
Mm. Do you find that coaches tend to grasp the concepts of tapping into their intuition relatively easy, or is that,
Ab-
sometimes struggle?
Absolutely. And know why? And you know why? Because by you going into life coaching, it already means that you have a gift for intuition. I can't say that it's like 100%, but if you're going into coaching with the right intention, people who who become very good, successful coaches are usually empaths, intuitives, very caring, very people-oriented humans.
Mhm.
So that's why, absolutely, it's just the tool that will provide better results, will be able to. And I saw that need when I was a coach, when I worked with holistic practitioners, when I worked with multiple entrepreneurs, because they really wanted to help people, and sometimes they didn't have the right skills and tools to do that. And that's how I created this program. I created this method to be able to provide this amazing results to people they care about and they want to help. Because sometimes you're like, I really want to help that person, and I think I did everything, but it's still not working. And with our method, you can really help these people, unless, of course, these people don't want to be helped, and it's all in your head. You think that they want to be helped, right? But it's a different story for a different conversation.
Mhm.
But yes.
Well, I think it's truly amazing that you had that intuition and that you wanted to start helping others to achieve that as well. And so you started your academy during the pandemic, is that correct?
Yes.
So what prompted that for you?
um uh, it was a process, even though I can tell you that the final idea to create the program came during one of the meetups in August of 2020. And we started our first class on September 19th of this, like in less than a month. But that idea was brewing, was like being created for some time. Because I had a successful life coaching practice for many years, and the time has come for me to take it to a next level, because my purpose in life is to heal the healers. And I also, as I said, I saw the need for people I worked with, to provide better results for their clients and patients. And so that idea was being created for some time, until that pivotal moment when, during the one of the meetups I had with my clients and the community members, some amazing holistic practitioners started to kind of like complain and say, yeah, yes, I know I have those gifts, I know I'm really good, but actually I don't have that modality. What am I, right? How should I introduce myself? Like, if I want to make it a business, who am I? What is my foundation? And I actually said, I'm sick and tired listening to this complaints from this amazing people, and I will teach you. So that was said in the mid of August, and in September we already started the new program. And as we started the first class, uh, I, I'm very grateful to people who joined that class, because this program was not created yet. So for those people who are thinking about creating a program or offering a class, and they are stuck on perfecting it or working on it, okay, maybe a little bit more, maybe I will do it one day when I'm ready. This is the message for you. Better done than perfect, and start before you are ready. Because you might not be ever ready, because preparing and being a perfectionist will never may not move you from a place you are. So I started creating the program as we went, and at the same time started the process of ICF accreditation at the same time. So it was an interesting journey, very interesting, quite wild ride. But I'm happy that I did it that way.
Mm. It's incredible that you started that during, I mean, it was such an interesting time for all of us, trying to figure out how we would traverse that. And here your intuition was obviously speaking, because then you were able to bring this forth. And I loved your comment, healing the healers, because I think sometimes those who are caring, as you were talking about earlier, also don't always have the people in their lives too who can help them. So I know that your academy is also ICF accredited, which is incredibly important and not easy to accomplish. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, how many hours do we have? Okay. Um, yes. So I wanted to accredit this program with ICF because there are so many conventional life coaching programs that I accredited. And then there are so many holistic programs that are not accredited. So I wanted to serve people who were interested in more holistic, more in-depth approach, and did not have that opportunity with more conventional coaching programs. So I wanted to bridge the gap between conventional and strictly holistic, right? So I wanted to show the world that holistic practitioners, intuitive, empathic, deep dive practitioners can be highly educated, can have the great education foundation and credibility. So I was going for credibility for those practitioners who who was struggling with that, and so we got our PCC level accreditation. So there is an ACC level associate certified coach. There is PCC level professional certified coach. And recently they added MCC master certified coach that I'm going to get myself first within the next couple of years. And then we will re-accredit our program to have the MCC level. Yeah, because it's important. I always a big support and advocate for education. I think it's great to have all your gifts and talents and love for people, but without a foundation, without knowing how to do it professionally, we will not be able to deliver profound results, right? It will be just, friendship conversations, or it will be like a mentoring and advice giving, right? So we need to learn the foundation. And on this foundation of intuitive life coaching, you can bring other things. You can bring, let's say, your leadership skills, or your experience as an executive, or your experience as a doctor, or your experience as a human resources practitioner. So with the foundation, you can bring all experiences and educations you have, or like Reiki practitioner, or anything that can be related to helping and supporting other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's such an incredible mission, I want to say, that you were on, because you're absolutely right. It's hard to discern. Number one, what's a credible coach, or who's a credible coach? Sometimes in the market, it can seem overwhelming or daunting to know who you should work with as a coach. And there is a gap, because you're right. There's a very, let's say, corporate style of coaching, and then there's a lot of holistic coaching that isn't accredited. So I love that you kind of found a way to help people to become accredited too, so that it becomes clear, like, they've done the work, they have the education, they understand how to truly coach an individual. And so becoming an ICF accredited coach, it is truly a commitment. And I don't think a lot of people are fully aware of what it takes from the outside when you're working with someone who is ICF accredited. What do you feel is the most common struggle that maybe new coaches even face when they're embarking on that path?
Uh, that's a very good question. And one thing that is on the surface is new exams.
Mhm.
And new exams. And I talked to some incredible coaches who went through different programs, and were not able to pass this new exam because it's different from the requirements are different, the stress level is different, everything is different. And I know people who went through different programs, they didn't know about us yet, that when I not able to pass that exam, and I think that what our program is so great about is really preparing people who want to get their ACC and PCC accreditation. Like all our students who passed their PCC and ACC exams were able to do it from the first try. Like there no one who had to do it twice, which speaks about the preparation. And also we do it not in a form that is very difficult and like, oh my God, I have all of these competencies, code of ethics. I have we do it in a form that is easy for people to digest, but at the same time, they are really well prepared for that. So this is a big problem right now, and I hear, a lot of people expressing their worry and about that. So we do that. And other things are, I think, because life coaching is relatively new modality, because when I joined the life coaching forces 13 years ago, people were like, "You do what? You're going to teach me how to live my life?" Of course, that's what I'm going to do. But it's a relatively new modality, and it brings a lot of oh, are we going left? No. Okay, let's try to go left. No, it's not working. Oh, maybe we should go a little bit right. So it's still, because it's relatively new, it's still in the process of establishing itself.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we have a big problem of people who call themselves coaches, as you said, without any education, without any understanding what coaching is or coaching is not. That also kind of like raises some brows, right? Like like, oh, you're a coach. Oh, like because people already experienced bad coaching or, you know. So this is another problem. And my personal desire and advocacy, or lobbying, or however you call it, would be to make life coaching to be more regulated, like being a therapist or being a financial advisor or being accountant, that all coaches will be required to practice, to have certifications, to be certified, licensed, however you call it. I think this is a big, big conversation right now with ICF, and I have been talking to them as well. And I'm like, what can we do, guys, to actually promote licensed, certified coaching for those who claim to be coaches?
Mm-hmm. I know, because there isn't another word right now to differentiate outside of saying that you are ICF certified. And a lot of people don't fully know even what that means.
Sure.
I think they're starting to gain awareness around that, but it does. It takes quite a commitment, and there's a lot of studying involved. And it's not anyone who's ICF accredited is not or certified is not waking up today and deciding, I think I can coach. Let me just let me just go coach you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not to say, like you said earlier, start working on that now. However, if you're determining and trying to determine who's an actual good fit for you, this is the barometer to be looking at. And so I think it would help to clear the confusion around what is a coach, who is a coach versus who might be an advisor or a mentor or something.
Mm-hmm. So with this uh, overflow of, so to say, coaches, at the same time, we are raising our standards. ICF is helping us to raise our standards of what is coaching. So I think, in a way, what's happening right now is a good thing. So we're raising our standards. That's why they're raising standards with the exams, right? It's a little bit harder to get accredited. Also, we had to go through a very difficult, meticulous process to get our program accredited. So I think it's all good. I even though it was hard, but I appreciate these high standards.
Mm-hmm. No, and that I think that's a really good point too. Is it is a challenge. It's not easy. And I think this is incredibly, and it's why I wanted to point out too the fact that your academy is ICF accredited, because there are so many coaching schools out there that aren't. And so you're going in and you think that you're learning the things that you need to know. They may not be teaching you
Mm-hmm.
properly or the right ways. As someone who's gone through other holistic coaching schools when I was first starting out, and then learning and really realizing, like, this is incredibly different. It was eye-opening for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, some of really successful practitioners who have their programs reached out to me asking, "Oh, I'm thinking of accrediting my program. What does it entail?" And after I explained to them, like, oh, okay, no, okay, maybe next time, maybe I can do something else. I was like, okay. So it's not an easy, but I appreciate ICF for that.
Mhm. Yeah. But I think it definitely sets you apart, and it's raising the standard and raising the bar of coaching, which is what we need. Because when I think when people are having bad or not great experiences with coaching, it's because of this, because they don't understand the difference between who they should hire as a coach, what's a good coaching school, all of the different modalities that are involved, et cetera, and so forth, right?
Yeah. My favorite aftermath cleaning after a code, different coaches, when my client client came and said, you know what? I don't think it's going to work because my previous coach told me what I had to do, and I did it, and it didn't work. I'm like, okay, let's talk about what coaching is and what coaching is not, right?
Mhm.
So coaching is not about advice giving. Coaching is not about, okay, do that um, or do this, right? It's about helping us, partnering with the client that they find their answers within, and helping clients to learn how to reflect. That's like if I were to explain it in just one sentence without all the complicated supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I would say that it's about helping with open-ended, intuitive questions and processes, help clients to learn how to reflect. And when they learn how to reflect, they are going to be able to find solutions, um, answers to their life and work questions.
Mhm. Well said. I think a lot of times there is that ambiguity, and it's about reflection and how we introspect and think through the decisions that we're making, but you have a partner to help think through it because our mind struggles with challenging itself. So,
Oh yeah, and of course it's about accountability. It's about championing, standing by, supporting, and be that you know sounding board for clients. So I again, I'm not very probably objective because I'm so passionate about it. So don't ask me what is better. Don't ever ask me. So you will get one answer because I will say, of course, coaching, but coaching in a way, and especially intuitive life coaching, is a combination of actually so many different modalities like coaching, therapy, healing, a deep dive, and all these things. Uh, yeah. So again, I'm very, mm, I'm very subjective. Like it's my subjective opinion, but I've seen what coaching can do to people. It did, and it does, and it will save people's lives. It will transform their lives. It will. Like, what one thing we all want? What do you think one thing we want in life? Just what are your, just if we were to talk
mm,
one thing.
well, I think we have a deep need to feel heard and valued and understood
To be happy.
and to be happy. Sure.
Yeah, like to be happy.
Maybe that all it comes to happiness.
Yeah, exactly. To just enjoy life.
Mhm.
And that's what coaches because help you to do because people don't will learn mathematics, physics, very complex things, but no one taught us how to think, how to reflect, how to really understand who you are. And only through this, you will be able to find happiness. Otherwise, it will be it's not going to be your true authentic happiness. So I think coaches do an amazing job, and it's probably one of the most important jobs.
Yeah. No, I think so. And it's interesting when I feel like someone is listened to finally and they talk, and you're sitting there as a coach asking questions, and it's amazing how on the other side they're thinking, this is amazing. I mean, you've done so much. And half the time I sit there and think, well, I didn't really do anything outside of listening. But, but they're doing the work too. And I think it's funny because I think oftentimes we don't have anyone to share and bounce ideas back from who is going to come from a non-judgmental place, who doesn't immediately think they have all of the answers and going to give you advice. And it's just a different approach to living, I think.
Absolutely. That's why true coaching is partnership.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I know too that you do workshops and you also have your podcast, True Coaching Conversations.
Mhm.
What do you have coming up? How can, what are some things that you have coming up?
Yeah, so we have free classes every week on Tuesdays at 5:30 Pacific time, which is 8:30 Eastern time. It might be something like awakening your intuition, or free group coaching, or where we talk about intuitive life coaching, different interesting topics. And what's really coming up is we're starting the next class in the new cohort in our 8-month program, certification program. So we're starting this coming Saturday, and we still have open enrollment for the next 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So if you're interested to learn more about how you can start living in passion, purpose, and profit, and make your talents and gifts mm, your your life purpose, and profitable life purpose, where you can really wake up happy because you will be doing something you absolutely love doing, helping people, supporting people in a profound way. um, I would invite them to schedule a discovery call with me. So to learn whether it's something for them or not, or how we can help them to find their next step in finding meaning and purpose in life.
Mhm. And what are the best ways that they can reach out to you?
I will share with you the link for the discovery call. So
Mhm.
we also on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So you can find LinkedIn, of course. And yeah, so I will be happy to share our social media and link for the discovery.
Okay. We'll definitely put that all into the show notes so that it's easy to find, and that also those who are interested in joining the program and becoming certified can do so easily. Um, so what would be like a final message that you would share to say individuals who are interested in becoming a coach? Maybe they're on the fence about it. Maybe they feel uncertain if they can actually go through with it. What would be your message to them?
I will say this: time is never right. How people say when the time is right. Time will be never right. So it's either never or now. Uh, because I saw people who said, no, I will join next time. And this next time almost never came because, you know, life throws at you always something that is difficult we have to overcome. And we will be like, oh, one day I will do that. So if you feel drawn to really start living your passion and your purpose in life, I invite you not to wait longer, because, life will always throw something at you that you have to attend to. And at least inquire, at least schedule the time for us to talk so you can see whether it's your next step in life. So don't wait. Being on the fence is understandable because it's also a program that is not, it's very, it's a program that where you have to commit. But by committing to the program, you're committing to yourself. So ask yourself that question. Are you ready to commit to yourself, to your life, to your purpose, to your interesting and fulfilled life? If the answer is yes, and even though you have fears, concerns, limiting beliefs, everything that we all have, I would just invite you to take that step. As I say, to jump into the dark waters of unknown, because of course it's unknown, but only when we get out of our comfort zone, we are able to grow, we're able to find happiness, fulfillment, and help so many people who are out there waiting for you. They're waiting for you to be helped. So this is my message.
Mm. Well, it's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I think that anyone who is really considering becoming a coach is going to be inspired, and also know that they're in good hands with you, because I think that's the biggest piece. I know when I was going through certification as well, it was overwhelming to figure out which program and which path, because there's three paths, and all of the mentorship that you need and guidance and coaching hours. There's just a lot to navigate. And it's wonderful that you have provided a safe space that's also very credible, that people can come and just follow it without the overwhelming, ambiguity that can sometimes come with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you again. I really appreciated our True Coaching conversations. Really enjoyed it. So, and I hope we can offer a very interesting class, what we talked about before. So stay tuned.
Yes, I would love that. And I so appreciate you coming on and really sharing too what coaching is truly about, because I think that it is hard for everyone sometimes to understand, what does that mean? I still have clients coming in. I signed up for coaching, but I still just trying to understand what is that? It will happen, and we are going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thank you so much for being a wonderful coach yourself. So I appreciate that too.
Thank you. And for those of you joining us today, thank you so much for spending some time with Katya and I. Make sure that you check her out on the show notes. Reach out to her, connect with her if you have any questions. I know that she's going to be a wonderful support for you. And make sure to join us next week when we have another amazing guest. Thank you for tuning in to the Hello You Show. It's been a pleasure to have you with us on this journey today. If you found value in our conversation and want to support the show, please take a moment to like, follow, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'd also deeply appreciate it if you could leave us a review. Your feedback not only helps us grow, but also enables others seeking inspiration and authenticity to discover our community. Until next time, keep embracing your story with purpose.